What's up everybody? So this is Jeff here with JMK. So today we got a special guest.
Hi, I'm Davin, I'm Gabe's friend.
We flew him out here to work on our storefronts counter. Video to come on that. He also, like me, runs his college skate club. If you've been watching our channel, you've probably seen our 180 tutorial, and if you've been watching for a long time, you've seen our infinite spin tutorial, which I made. So today we're gonna teach you how to 360 on Freeskates. And I have a willing subject here who we're gonna analyze his technique. All right, let's get started. Make sure you check out the 180 video. This trick is gonna require you to know how to do 180s. Click here to go check it out. We talk all about the front side and the back side 180, and those tricks you need to be able to do before doing a 360. So the easiest 360 direction that people learn is a front side 360, which is where your shoulder turns towards the direction of motion. So since I'm goofy, my shoulder turns this way, and my whole body just spins in that direction, which is clockwise. If you were regular footed, you would be spinning counterclockwise. In the 180 video, the frontside 180, we talked about how your front foot has to turn and your back foot has to follow through. And we talked about how most of your weight should be on your front foot so that your back foot can follow through and rotate around your body so that boom, then you can snap into what was a frontside 180. The way I do frontside 360s, the snap happens right at the end. That's pretty common for people who do 360s, and I think it helps you go the fastest doing a 360. So what you're gonna wanna do is gonna do that same thing where your front foot turns, your back foot comes around, and you actually keep going in the direction until you're here, and then you snap, and that's a full 360. Sometimes when you're first getting it down, it's gonna be more comfortable to do a 180 and then really quickly do a 360 after that. And that's all right at first, but a 360 can be a continuous smooth motion. Davin has a really interesting way of doing 360s that we're gonna look at now. Davin, do you want to demonstrate your 360s for us?
Sure.
So in slow motion, Davin's 360, his snap happens halfway through it. So he's going, he snaps, and then follows through with his front foot to finish up the 360. Yeah, look at that. That's actually so dope. It's just unique. What I find really interesting about Davin's 360s is the fact that the snap happens like halfway through the 360. And there's nothing inherently wrong with that, like you're still doing a 360. And that actually reminded me of a time in Wuhan that Falcon showed us what he called a Korean 360, which is where you pivot at the beginning. So what I'm teaching you today is how to pivot at the end. But you can pivot at the beginning and then rotate all the way around with that front foot instead of rotating around with your back foot and then pivoting at the end.
Korea. Wow. Whoa. And are you pulling your legs as you're doing that? Like right there. Are you pulling to go a certain way?
Yeah, because otherwise like I wouldn't go anywhere. But really your legs should be, for the most part, pointing the same direction.
Which way?
Yeah, they're kind of pointing opposite the direction of your motion.
Nice. That was almost perfect.
Except my feet were outward.
A little bit, yeah, but your back foot got really far in front. Yes, yeah.
Getting closer.
That was super close. When you're doing a 360, just mentally draw a circle on the ground, right? Some people approach doing this circle by doing like a really sharp turn. And that's gonna be difficult because your wheels have to be on these lines of a circle. You're either gonna have to have your legs super spread out, like super far apart like that, or if you were to pause at the beginning, which is where you turn your foot this way, 90 degrees, your back foot follows through, and as soon as your wheels are parallel, that's when you can do a perfect little circle and then rotate around. Because if you start the spin right away, you're just doing a turn, you're just doing a really sharp turn, and a lot of times your skates are gonna end up like this, where they're 90 degrees, and you're just gonna lose a lot of velocity during that turn. After it catches up to be in front of your front foot, that's when both of your feet are gonna be rotating. Both of your feet are gonna move. So your skate's no longer gonna stay here, it's gonna spin with you. The position that I'm talking about when you're rotating, where your feet are like this and you're spinning, is not a comfortable one. So you really have to fight to hold on to it. So what helps when you're learning to do this is to like take a video and watch yourself back and like kind of critique your own technique. But yeah, basically you just need to hold that long enough to the point where your front foot is back in front of you, and then you can snap into your position again, out of the spinning position. Don't forget that we have an awesome community on Facebook, USA Freeskaters, that will be super happy to help out if you feel like you're stuck on this trick. Just film your best attempt, explain what the issue is, and we're happy to give advice. Yeah, you should try and do higher degrees, like more. Whoa!
So doing 360s the way that I do them, you're kind of limited and you can't do an infinite spin. If you do it, say, the correct way, then you'll be able to feel the momentum of just the spin to do an infinite spin. I do want to give one shout out to my friend Mason Carter. He can do the most spins at ISU flawlessly. His spins look like pirouettes. They're gorgeous, really.
Spins on Freeskates are really complicated. There's a whole bunch to it, and you know, you can learn it one way or learn it the other way, and one way is not necessarily correct, but it is the way that I teach is the way that enables you to do infinity spins in the future, and like 720s like you saw Gabe doing. Nice try, Davin. I think this is just gonna take a bunch of practice. Like 360s took me a whole year to get down.
Yeah, no, and I definitely felt it when I was getting it kind of sort of right. It was much easier to turn. So with time, for Freeskates, it'll come.
Thank you everybody for watching. I hope it answered more questions than it created. If you do have questions, leave them in the comments down below. If you want to get a hold of some of our skates or some of these sweet threads, we got shirts, we got hats, and wristbands, and a whole bunch of other accessories. Definitely check out our shop. It will be in the description as well.
Definitely own all three, and I didn't wear any of it.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Oops.
What the hell, man?
I got the skates though.
I want to say shouts out to my mom. She just got out of surgery, and I'm wishing her a speedy recovery. And if you haven't called your mom, call your mom.
Hey, I'm in San Diego.
Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and roll with us. Woo! Nice.
Jeff, your turn. Wah wah.